My name is David. I'm going to walk you through how I solved the CSWA practice problem 5.7. So it looks like this solid here has the origin showing on the left side. So it's over here on the left. So that's when I'm going to start drawing this shape. And I'm first going to take a circle and extrude it out to here. And this other part right here I'm going to do as a separate extrusion. So once I do the main long part, I'm going to take that ending face and then just extrude out the last part over here. So this is just kind of like a little extra add-on at the end, but the main part is going to be this inner part here. Alrighty, so we'll start with the right plane. Get a circle going and smart dimension it. It looks like it's supposed to be 8. And by the way, the 8 is coming from right here. So this section view B is pointing in this direction, so it's going to be showing this bigger circle here, which has a diameter of 12. But then the smaller circle, this part here, that one has a diameter of 8. All right, so that's good. We'll extrude it a distance of, looks like 80. And let me go Control 7, put a nice isometric view. All right, so there's our main little tube there. And now we're going to start making cuts. Let's start with this little cut right here, which has some kind of little line. So it's like a flat cut that goes a certain distance. Looks like, looking at the detail, where's the detail here? Oh, there's the detail right here. So it goes a distance of 11 in. And then there's a little circle that we're going to have to drill into that afterwards. So let's first make that little line cut. And we're going to do that by drawing on this face. We're going to draw a vertical line. Try to make it vertical. Okay, there I've got the vertical yellow relation and then the coincident to the circle relation. That should be good. And if you check it out, it looks like this is going to be 3. And the reason for that is that the diameter of this circle, which goes from the top of that cut to the bottom of the cut, is a diameter of 3. So that means the distance across from top to bottom is 3. Okay, so now I'm going to take just that line and do an extruded cut. And it turns out, I guess if you just have one line, it allows you to do this extruded cut, and it kind of like knows what to do. You can flip the side of the cut so that it goes on the other side, so that would be cutting away all of this stuff, and you'd have just this thin sliver left. But what we want to do is cut off that thin sliver and have the main body still left. And we only want to do it up to 11. So it looks something like that. All right, so that just shaved off a line from this part, so to speak. Okay, so now what we're going to do is draw a circle on here. And to help locate the circle, I'm going to create a center line from the origin over to the right a certain distance. It looks like that distance should be 5. So you can see it right here. Here's the distance from the origin to the center of this circle. That's a distance of 5. Okay, and then we'll draw the circle. Smart dimension it to 3. And see how that perfectly fills up from the top to the bottom there? Okay, and we're going to use that circle to cut into this little tube thing. And it looks like we're supposed to cut, well, it says this 3 millimeter diameter circle needs to be cut 4 millimeters deep. All right, 4 millimeters deep. Okay, so we got the 4, good to go. So there we go. You can see it's cutting about halfway through, actually exactly halfway through this solid. Now, one tricky thing that I didn't really notice until after I had been working on this is that it doesn't actually say anywhere that there's another one of these cuts and cuts on the other side. And in fact, if you did that, then this hole here would go all the way through the shape because it's 4 millimeters deep. And then if you had another one 4 millimeters deep on the other side, those two cuts would meet, and you'd have an 8 millimeter cut, which is exactly the diameter of this circle. So it would cut all the way through, in other words, if you had one on each side. And so, but it doesn't look like we're seeing all the way through this circle, like this hole here. So the hole has to end at 4 millimeters, and then there shouldn't be another one on the other side. So that's how I reasoned that this is only happening on one side. You can't really see the other side, so you don't really know, but you can reason through that process like I just described. All right. So next up, we're going to make these cuts right here. So these long cuts. So what I'm going to do, my strategy is going to be to cut off one of them and then mirror that cut across here and then those two across here. It's more helpful to do one of these in 2D and then extend it and then do that cut, so do the extruded cut, and then mirror the extruded cut in 3D. It's easier to do it that way because the mirror option allows you to mirror across two planes, which allows you to get all four of these in one mirror feature. And that's better than trying to do the mirror feature or some kind of mirror inside the sketch. So, in my opinion. All right, you'll see how that works. So let's focus on this part right here. So right here, it looks like we're going to have this line here and this line here, and then this arc will be the part that we need to cut out. So let's go ahead and get, we need to actually start it at a certain plane. So I'm going to start it right here. I'm going to create it like a reference plane right here, 13 millimeters from the right plane that we started out at. So let's go ahead and select the right plane, go to reference geometry, and then go 13 millimeters. I just did this problem a second ago, so that's why it's already showing 13. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and click on the plane, edit a sketch. I like to be pointing the other direction, although it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to click on plane and do normal to see the other side of it. All right. And also that gives me this little line here to connect to, right? That little L shape right here should be connecting perfectly to this 3 millimeter line right here. That 3 millimeter line should be going basically like right here to here. So I can connect to that. All right. So let's go ahead and draw some lines. I'm going to start from there actually. Go horizontal and then go up, touching the circle. All right, so this one's already kind of locked into place, but I'm going to go ahead and then create a relation between these two. These should be the same. I thought this was equals, but this is equals here. This is parallel. This is equals. So they should be the same length. And now everything's fully defined. Now there are probably different ways of doing this, but I'm going to go ahead and just put this extra arc in here to close off the contour. So let's go ahead and do a 3-point arc. We'll do this point, and then any point really on the circle, which makes sure that it's on the circle. So the center of that arc is going to be the same as the center of the circle. So we're actually on that circle there. Okay, and that closes off the contour. So if we do an extruded cut, we should see that region right there doing the cut. Now it's going in the wrong direction, so we'll flip the direction. And it looks like we're going to be going, here, let me show you, we're going to be going the 80 distance, but then minus the 13. That's how long the cut is going to be. So it's going to be 80 minus 13. That'll take us out to the end. Now technically you could just do through all in that direction, and that would work too, but I figured I'd calculate it. Okay, so now that we have this extruded cut, let's go ahead and mirror that feature across a couple of planes to get the other cuts. So we'll go ahead and do the, where is the mirror feature? How come I can never find it? There it is, the mirror feature. And we'll mirror about the front plane. So that's going to get this extra copy on the other side of the front plane. And then the top plane, which will take these two and mirror them down to the bottom here. Hit enter, and there we go. We got all of these cuts made, all 4 cuts. So that's the power of using the 3D mirror as opposed to the sketch, 2D mirroring. It's really nice. You can mirror across 2 planes. All right, so we just have one more thing to do, which is to add that little cylinder at the end. So we're going to create a circle. Let me zoom out a little bit. And the radius of that circle should be, or the diameter, sorry, should be 12. And then we're going to extrude in that direction. It looks like it's going to be 3. All right, Control 7 to put us into isometric view, which we're kind of already in. And we'll check our mass, and it looks like it's 3494. 3494. Let's check if I got that right here. 3494 cubic millimeters. Well, I hope this helpful was video. I hope this video was helpful. If you're looking for something more professional, you should check out a YouTube channel called Design With Roozbe. This guy does an awesome job breaking down each practice problem. Anyway, take care and keep studying.